Okay, hello everyone. Back again with me, Dave. So we will learn English more about sentences and tenses. There people often confused about it because oh my god, it's a lot of patterns there, and I'm like, what's the difference between this one and that one, and why I was wrong about it? Yeah, it's a common problem, but let's try to find it out today. Okay, here we are. So, on the first thing that you need to know about before we go more about tenses is kind of sentence. Okay, here we have nominal and verbal. So, what's different between them? For like the simple thing, what makes it different is nominal. It doesn't contain any verb that shows activity, like I'm angry. It gives the meaning like a condition that you feel. You are here is only telling that the you is here. And the next is he is definite. It gives meaning like he is Japanese people. There is no verb that contains any activity at all. And in verbal sentence, it has a verb that contains activity, even though you are not doing it, but it's a verb. Like I sleep, I work, and I think. Even though you are not doing anything, I'm like, yeah, you don't need to move, but it's still a verb. It's some of the verb that same what I said, sleep and think. Even though you are not doing anything and you don't decide to do something or move, but it's a verb. Sleep, work, think. Next is nominal sentence. So what is nominal sentence? Nominal sentence is sentence that has a verb. Remember, has a verb but it doesn't show any activity at all. Like what I said before in the example. The kind of verb that doesn't show any of the activity is be. This is main verb in nominal sentence. For example, I am student, you are student, he is student. It contains is and it only gives a meaning that he, the subject, I and you before is a student. It doesn't show any activity that the subject does. Remember that. So the pattern is, it's so simple here. First we got a subject. Number two, we got a verb. Remember, to be. It's only like is, am, are, was, were, be, been, and being. Remember that. And the most important thing that differentiates between nominal or verbal is A and A. Or A stands for adjective, N stands for noun, and A stands for adverb. What's adjective? Kata sifat. What is noun? Kata kata benda. What is adverb? Kata keterangan. Remember that. For the example is, I am on the plane. My mother is the most beautiful woman. Erina and Dwi are my close friend. Does any of the sentence contain verb? No. From I am on the plane, it only gives a meaning that I is on the plane. The subject is inside the plane. Number two is my mother is the most beautiful woman. It's only give uh, information about my mother. What I said is my mother, I think, is the most beautiful woman. And the third is Elena and we are my close friends. It gives a meaning that Elena and we are my close friend, or my close friend is Elena and Dwi. Okay, it's so simple. Remember, it contains A and A, and it has a verb that doesn't show any activity. That is nominal sentence. Next is verbal sentence. is a sentence that has a verb that contains a activity that subject does, just like any verb except be, SMR, was verb, and be again, being, and so on. Here, verb except be become a main verb. So what is main verb? We'll talk about uh, we will talk about like the verb except be as main verb in the next meeting. Here's the pattern. We got a subject, verb, and object. Whether you wanna add the object or not, it depends on you and the verb. I mean, like when you wanna say, let's say take. Yeah, you need to take something, isn't it? You need to put object, but except like this, take like buy. You don't need to put the object. For example, they eat noodles. They do something that is eating, and what do they eat is noodle. Number two is my mother forgets it. My mother does something that is forgetting something, and the something is it. Right now, I am fishing in the Toba Lake. What I said before is the verb be, it doesn't become the main verb. And you see here is I am fishing. Only focus on is there any verb that shows an activity or not. If there is a verb that shows activity, it means it's verbal. And when the sentence doesn't have any verb that shows activity, so it means it's not a verbal, it's nominal. Okay? They eat noodle. They do something. Yes, eating noodle. My mother forget. My mother forgets it. My mother does something that is forgetting it. Right now, I'm fishing in Toba Lake. I am doing something that is fishing in Toba Lake. John is climbing the cliff. I'm sorry. John is climbing the cliff. John is doing something that is climbing the cliff. Upin and Ipin are studying. Upin and Ipin are doing something that is studying. And remember, it contains an activity. And here's the training for you. I want you to try recognize which one of number 1 to number 15 there is a verbal sentence or nominal sentence. I'll give you time. 1, 2, 3, done. Okay. First one. Dia perempuan ngantuk. Ngantuk. Is it a verb? Is it a verbal or nominal? The answer is nominal. Why? Because sleepy is condition that happens to she. Okay, she is sleepy. She is in condition that she wants to sleep. That's for like the long way. Number 2 is a verb. We gotta write. Right. Do something, isn't it? Yes. Next, number 3, finish. You complete something. It's a verb again. Sasa is arrogant. Arrogant is like one of the adjective that shows like the character of Sasa. They sleep, sleep, do something. Dodo is handsome. Handsome is like quality of Dodo. He got a good face or good looking face. So it's only give a compliment to Dodo. It doesn't show any verb. Remember, it doesn't show any activity that Dodo does. Next, he is stingy. Same is character of he. Okay. Our father paints the wall. Paints. You just like paint something in the wall. You color something. He and she water the flower. Water is not a water that you know like air in Indonesia, but water here it gives a meaning menyirami. Okay, Next is mereka rajin. Is they are diligent. It's so like character of they is a noun again. The phone is good. It's quality of the phone. We are ugly. Again, it's nominal. It doesn't show any activity. She reads a comic. She reads. You when you are reading something, read is activity. You are short. Big again is a quality. I mean like is the size. I'm sorry, is the size of you. Next, I buy clothes. I do something that is buying a clothes. That's all the different. Uh, sorry. That's all differences between verbal and nominal. Okay, we will go more deeper in English in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. If you got a question, just save it for tomorrow or just write down in the comment and I will answer you. And that's all for me and see you tomorrow and cheerio.